Go.
Hi, my name is Shanna. I'm going to be your director today. I'm sorry to have to meet you under these circumstances.
It's okay.
Alright, so the first thing I have to go over with you is going to be our general price list. The Federal Trade Commission makes us go over this regardless of with you wanting to cremate or bury. I understand we're going to do cremation.
Yes.
So this is going to go over the basic services for an actual funeral if we were to bury. Goes over embalming, things like that. So what I'm going to do is I have a folder here. So I'm going to put this in the folder and you can look at this on your own time if you would like when you get home. Okay. Put that there. Okay. Is there some stuff that you would like to tell me about Clifford?
He was generally just a good old boy, just a country guy. Real close to my mother. He liked to hunt and fish and like a typical guy.
Sounds like we would get along.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you have a certain type of memorial in mind? Are you wanting to do a service or do a direct cremation, scatter the ashes?
We'll do, I think just do a direct cremation and we'll just have a small memorial at the chapel with his picture.
Okay. So chapel service. And you don't want to do a visitation?
No.
Is that right? Okay. Okay. Now, do you want the ashes there during the memorial service?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Okay. And when are you thinking about doing the service? Do you have any days in mind?
We'll do Wednesday about 2 o'clock.
About 2? Okay.
Now, it will be all right if I bring a couple of his personal things to go with his picture.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes, yes. We could definitely set that up for you. Do you have any songs in mind?
Yes. We'll do How Great Thou Art.
Okay.
Amazing Grace.
Okay.
And what a glorious day that will be.
Do you want them in that order? You
Yes.
can. You don't have to tell
I
me that
think
right
so.
now. If you don't want to, we can
I
go
can
over
think
that
on
later.
it so I can change
Oh, yeah.
it around. Okay.
And
Good,
you
'cause
have
you know, sometimes when you get
Right.
home, things change.
right, yeah. And is there an officiant that you want to use? Do you have anybody in mind for speaking or
Not yet.
no? Okay.
I haven't really picked out a preacher or anyone to read the obituary. I'll probably just have the pastor do both.
Pastor do both. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, just a fairly simple, you know, he was an older man. So just a simple little service would be great. A lot of his friends are already gone and
Okay. So what I'll do here is I have a piece of paper over here. So just things that I will need. I will just
Okay.
write down for you, and then as soon as you get those, if you'll call me with those, I will get it going.
okay.
Are you wanting to do folders for the service?
Yes.
Okay. So I do have some that we could do with hunting and fishing. Would you like to do something to that nature since you
I
like
think
to
that
do
would
that?
be nice.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe with his picture on the front.
We can do that. Do you have a picture with you today?
No, I'll have to bring it
Okay.
on.
So let's do picture. Folder. And do you have any poems in mind for the inside?
And no, I'll probably just take a look at some of yours.
Okay. And I know, since it's a memorial service, do you wanna put any honorary pallbearers on there?
Is it normal? I mean, do people usually do that?
It's really up to whatever you think. We have a variety of both, really.
Really?
Mhm.
No, we'll just skip that part.
Skip it? Okay.
Yeah. He didn't have a spouse, he doesn't have any children, so.
Okay, is there any specific things that you would like to happen in the service, or that you think he would like?
No, not really.
No.
He just wouldn't want anything, long-winded,
No long wind, okay.
something just short and nice for the few friends, and what few relatives are left.
Okay. So that gives me an idea of what to do for the service. So we're gonna move on to the vital statistics. So before we get started on this, this is for the death certificate. So
Okay.
this is one thing that we need to make sure has no errors whatsoever. Because if there are errors on here, it is very costly and it takes a lot of time to get the corrections done.
Okay,
So, what I'll do is we'll go over everything. If you don't know something, like I said, I'll write it on my paper and then you can give it to me later. But we just wanna make sure that that is correct,
okay.
okay? Okay, so, on the phone, when I spoke to the nurse, she told me that she was with St. Francis Hospital, is that right?
Yes.
Was that the one in Tulsa?
Yes. Now, will this just be in the Tulsa obituaries, or is it my responsibility to get it in the Coweta obituaries?
We can do whatever you like. We do put it on our website for free. If
Okay.
you want to do an obituary with his picture, it does cost. So normally what we do there is get the obituary written and we'll send in the obituary and a picture. And they'll give us a quote and then I can let you know how much that is. And then you can let me know if that's something you would like to do.
Could you check on that with the
Yeah.
Coweta?
Yeah, you want Coweta and Tulsa or just Coweta?
Just Coweta
Just
for the
Coweta.
picture
Okay.
and Tulsa for just because he might have known a few people in Tulsa, that would see it, so.
Okay.
But I don't wanna go to the expense of putting the picture in the paper,
Right.
just the obituary.
Okay. So Tulsa, we're just gonna do, it's what's called a death notice, so it'll just say the day he died and the service details and things like that.
Okay,
Is that okay?
good, yeah,
Okay.
that'll work,
And then in Coweta, we'll do the full obituary and picture.
okay.
Like I said, I'll let you know the cost of that. Do you know his middle name?
Right,
Green was his last name.
yes,
Do you have his social security number?
no, I'll have to call you with that.
Okay. Just write it on our list here. Do you know if he was in the military?
No, he was not.
Was not? Do you happen to know where he was born?
Here in Coweta,
Alright. His address?
355 80 East 141st Street South.
Is that Coweta?
Yes.
Do you know if that's inside city limits?
No, it's just right outside
Right
the city.
outside, okay. And has Clifford ever been married before?
Yes, but his wife preceded him in death several years ago.
Okay. Is he of Hispanic origin?
No,
No.
he's Indian,
Indian? Okay. And do you know what tribe he's with?
Cherokee.
So they do offer benefits as well, so I can go ahead and, if you have his tribal card,
It's probably in his wallet.
okay. So we could take a look and see if we can get that, and I can see what benefits we can get from there.
Oh, okay. So they might help with the
Mhm.
service. Okay.
I know they do a voucher for food. I think it's $350 for before the service.
Oh, if you
So-
wanted to have a little
Mhm.
dinner or
Mhm.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
What grade did he complete last?
Through high school or through
Mhm.
college?
What was his last grade? Did he have a bachelor's or?
He had a bachelor's in agriculture.
Okay. So farming.
Yes.
Okay. And you are niece?
Yes.
What is your mailing address?
28679 East 141st Street South.
Okay.
That's also in Coweta.
It is Coweta, okay. So do you know how many death certificates you might need?
Probably at least 3.
3, okay. So I'll give you an idea of what institutions might need death certificates. I know banks generally take copies, so
Okay.
you should be okay that way, but if he has a car or any land that is in his name alone, they will want originals.
Okay. Yeah, he does. I'm glad you brought that up. Because he owned a home.
Okay.
He has a vehicle.
So do you think 5?
And do you have, now Social Security, how do you do that?
That was our next step here.
Oh, okay.
So with Social Security, so what happens is we put all the information for the death certificate in a database, and as soon as his Social Security number is verified in that database, it sends it straight to the Social Security Administration, and that will let them know that he has passed away.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, there are some benefits that you could be eligible for. You will have to go onto this website, or you could call, whichever would be easier for you. But they do have a benefit of $255
Okay.
that you could get. So I'll also put that in your folder. That way you can look at that later if you would
Okay.
like.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how many death certificates do you think? You think 5 would be good, or we can always order more if you need more.
Yeah, 5 would probably be more than enough.
More than enough? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the death certificates,
Because who all generally has to have one?
any utilities that he has,
Oh, okay.
it kind of depends on where the utilities are on if they're going to take a copy or not.
Okay.
So,
So basically the house,
bank, any
the
banks,
banks. Okay.
anything he owns, pretty much.
Okay, so would I file it with Wagner County?
We will file it for you.
Okay. And do they have to have a death certificate? Like Wagner County with his properties.
Oh, yes, most likely, yes.
Okay, so I have to
Yes.
go to the county.
Right,
and-
yeah,
and
you will have to
file
do that
with
part,
his-
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure of the legals
Yes.
on that, okay.
Yes. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put all that in and then I'll have you check it, make sure it's correct, and then I'll just have you sign it, and that's just saying that it's correct,
Okay.
okay? Okay, the next part we will be going over. Let's see here. Alright, since we are doing a cremation, we do have to go over the cremation and disposition authorization.
Now, what is disposition? What does that mean?
So disposition is he will be going to a crematory, and for cremation, that's pretty much their final destination. So if you were to do like a burial, the disposition would be you were having him buried at such and such cemetery.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
When we took him into our care, we did do the identification on him. He had his ID on him. The hospital did have a bracelet on him that we checked. We also put a bracelet on him whenever we received him. And before we actually cremate, we will check the ID tag at least 2 more times to make sure that it is him.
That was my next question.
Yes.
Okay.
And what happens in the crematory, I'll go over that with you as well, but they do put a metal disc in the door, so that will also follows him after he's cremated. So
there's no way they could confuse his
Right.
ashes with someone else's?
Right. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Do you know if he has a pacemaker, any implants, prosthetics, anything like that?
He does have a pacemaker.
He does have a pacemaker.
Yes.
Okay.
Now they'll remove that.
Yes, they will.
Okay.
They will remove that
And just-
before. I mean, you do have the option of having it in your possession if you would like. If you don't want that, then we can dispose of it for you.
Okay. Because they're not reusable, are they? I mean, you can't like
No.
donate it or
No.
anything. Okay.
No. Okay. Now we with the cremation comes an alternative container, so that's what he will go in after the cremation is done.
Like a plastic box.
It's more like a wood byproduct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So that's something else we can go over too is urns, or if you have something like that in mind. I do have a book here for you if you want to go over that. We can
Oh,
look
okay.
at urns and things like that. Okay.
Well, is it if you're gonna scatter the ashes, is it customary to buy a fancy urn?
We actually
What are
do
you gonna
have
do with
scattering urns.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you do want to go that route, we do have those as well.
Okay.
Now, as far as this right here, this goes into great depth of what they do on the cremation. So basically, I will just go over that with you. It takes about 6 to 8 hours from start to finish for the cremation.
Really?
And like I said, that metal disc is going to be there in the door. So that is an ID for him, and it will follow him after the cremation's done. We will process what is left, and we will put it in a bag, and we will actually seal that bag and put the disc with the ID bracelet that he had on and his remains.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I scatter his ashes, this disc is going to be in the ashes?
It's on the bag.
It's on the bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I went over everything with you. This is just saying that you are the authorizing agent here. So I'll just need you to sign for me, put your address and your relationship. And then this is just saying that you do have the proper paperwork to be his next of kin.
Okay.
Okay? So I'll have you do that first.
Now, what exactly would be the proper forms to prove that he is my uncle?
Your
Like-
power of attorney paperwork, anything like that would be okay.
How about a family tree, like a family Bible?
We could use that.
Okay. That way, that'll show that he was, my uncle.
Mhm.
And, okay. And I need to sign in the yellow.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is it still illegal to spread ashes anywhere? Do you know?
It depends on where. Some places require a permit, some don't. It just depends on where you're thinking. Like if it's your private land,
Mm-hmm.
you can scatter if you would like to there.
Oh, okay. Okay. As long as you don't get caught, then you're okay. It used to be illegal, or so I heard.
It is in some places.
In some places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Oh,
that's just
yeah.
saying that you don't want the pacemaker back.
Okay.
Alright. Flip it over. And this is just saying that I went over the cremation details with you.
Okay.
And then
Signature authorizing agent.
yes, so that is just going to be you again. That's just saying that all of this is true.
And you fill in the date.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
And the
do
time and all that. Okay.
Yes. So, whenever you come to pick up his ashes, I will have you sign this. And that is just saying that you are taking them with you. And you'll
Okay.
just put the date that you're taking them.
Okay.
Okay?
And it says on the bottom here, ID, that's my ID?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, I'll have my driver's license with me, but I just wanted to make sure.
Right. Now, as far as the medical examiner goes, we do have to do a cremation application. What that is, we have to have a permit to do the cremation.
Oh.
So I will just fill out everything on here, and I just will have you check it for me,
Okay.
and then I'll have you sign it, and then I will get that sent in. Okay.
So, how many people will your chapel hold?
150.
Okay.
We do have extra chairs too, so we could probably do 200 max.
Okay.
So were you thinking a scattering urn, or were you thinking of anything?
Yeah, a scattering urn would be great because what am I ever gonna do with it once I scatter his ashes?
Right. Let me get to that here. We have some pretty cool ones in here.
So, does this mean, do I buy this thing or do I just rent it or?
You would buy it.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I still need to do something with it
Right.
afterwards.
I know you said a scattering urn, but we do have like camo since he hunted.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Well, that's kinda
we
cool.
even can do like a keepsake one or a little heart. They're actually really cute. I've done a few of those for some grandkids actually.
What, they have ashes in them or
Mhm.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Well,
Well, one thing we had spoke about in the past was there's no need in spending a whole lot of money.
right.
Especially at his age. Okay.
So these are the scattering urns. Let's see here. Can you see it in that picture? This top comes off, and it's kind of like a perforated little spot here. And so you just poke the hole in it, and then you can scatter. So it stays sealed until you're ready for it.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this misty woods, I like that,
It's really
that's cool. Okay.
And so, yeah, we can get like this one, or we can even get this, the tube.
That almost
Which-
looks like a candle.
It does, and it's pretty big.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh,
Yeah.
huh.
And this is also biodegradable.
Oh, so if I threw it away, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good,
Mhm.
yeah. That's just something, you know, it's kind of strange to keep.
Right.
Like, for an uncle,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm. Now we do have some, let's see here, these are memorial items. So if you did want to keep some of his ashes, we do offer like this blown glass. We do offer jewelry. I don't know if you've ever thought about jewelry or not. This is the other thing I was going to show you. This is a little capsule. So what it is we will fill that for you. If you wanted multiple people to scatter, you could get multiples of these and then have more than one person scatter the ashes.
Okay, that's something I'll definitely keep in mind.
Yeah. And we, of course, will put the ashes in there for you.
Good, because I really don't want to dig in them.
Yeah. So, do you think you would want jewelry?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not for an uncle.
Okay.
I mean, we were close, but we weren't that close.
Okay. Alright, so we went over death certificates. We're doing cremation. Let me see here. And I have the service set for Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And it looks like you're going to get back with me with the preacher, a picture for the folder,
Okay.
social security number, and you're going to check for his Cherokee tribe card.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
Would you like to do a video? We also can put together a video, a slideshow of pictures if you would like that.
Okay. Hey, put that on my list and I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so let me get this death certificate together. Okay, so if you will just look over that for me, make sure all of that is correct. I know we still need the social security number, but as far as everything else,
Yeah, that looks right. Okay.
okay?
The only other question I have is, now, we'll go over the memorials, when I bring you the picture, is that correct, to put on it?
The poems? Is that what
Yes.
you're about? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll get your email address too, and then I can email you the proof, and then you can tell me if you'd like it or not. We can change it however we need to.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And if you want to, you can
Okay.
put that in there too if you would like to look at that later.
Yeah, actually, under the circumstances, you got some pretty cool looking stuff.
There is some pretty nice stuff in there.
So you could put ashes in the dove?
You can.
Isn't that something?
They have some pretty
Hey,
neat
you
ones.
could
that
use
just came
that
out.
to hunt with
Yeah.
afterwards. Trying to make it a little bit fun. These are cool.
Those are cool.
I mean, you know, if it like your mother or grandmother or
Mhm.
something, that's pretty cool.
I was fixing to say we actually ordered this one for our grandma not long ago. It's really pretty in person.
Really?
Mhm.
And they put her on the coffee table. Everybody has their
Yeah.
different. Yeah. Around my family, somebody would knock him off and he'd be all
Right.
over the living room.
Same
I'd be
with mine.
vacuuming him up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I appreciate this.
Yeah, I think these are candles.
Huh, are they in the can?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought, they make candles out of the ashes? Okay, alright. I'll look over this at home, I know you have other things
Oh,
to
you
do.
were fine, you were fine. So I am gonna have you, we're almost done with all the signatures here.
Okay,
This is the, Federal Trade Commission disclosure. This is just saying that I did go over the general price list at the beginning with you. Even though we are doing the cremation, I still went over, the general price list that's in here.
okay.
Okay, so if you'll just sign right there for me.
Now, I do have one question for you. Is
Okay.
this a paid up front thing?
With our services, we do ask that it is paid for before the service.
Okay,
Okay, so actually on to that, this is our statement of goods and services. Alright, so for our professional services, it is $22.50. To bring Clifford into our care, it is $425. Let's see here. The crematory fee is $450. Since we haven't really picked out an urn, there is no price there. The alternative container that I talked to you about is $200. Excuse me. Okay, and then the permit that I was telling you that the medical examiner will need is also $200. The processing fee for the Oklahoma, for the death certificates is $21, and then each death certificate is $15.
okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions so far?
So this is my total without the urn?
The urn. Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
alright,
Yeah. And like I said, we can definitely get with the Cherokee tribe and see what they can help with.
okay,
As far as that goes. We also offer, we actually just got together with this lending company here. They're pretty easy, they're pretty lenient on their, decisions. So you can, also take a look at this option.
okay,
If
if
you
I
would
have
like,
to pay,
right.
if I have to pay,
Right.
how did we go from this to this? Where it went down instead of up?
Since we are just doing a memorial service, it's pretty much a direct cremation. We're not having to embalm or anything like that, so we did do a $9.95 discount for you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was just curious, making sure that nothing's gonna pop up
Right.
afterwards.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
alright,
All right. And then I'm also going to give you this book. This is Things to Remember. It's got a place for you to put phone numbers to remember, important phone numbers like the preacher or us, or if anyone brings you food, if you want to write that down in here with their information. That way you can do thank you cards later.
okay,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. It kind of the etiquette of acknowledgement cards. It's just a good book to kind of go over, when you have time.
Yeah, 'cause you just can't think of everything.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And do you have any other questions for me?
I'm sure I'll come up with some,
Okay.
but I'll, if you don't mind, I'll just give you a call.
Okay.
I'll
And
make a list.
Now in the folder,
Mhm.
I did put my card in there, so if you need to
Okay.
get a hold of me, you can.
Okay,
And then here is your list,
alright,
and then I will ready to speak with you whenever you need something.
I'll get back with you, I'll try to get back with you tomorrow.
Okay.
And, I'll either call or come in and just bring you the pictures and the cards
Okay.
and everything.
Now, the only thing that I really have a deadline on is going to be the newspapers. So depending on when you're wanting that to go in the newspapers, generally the deadline is noon the day before.
Okay.
So as long as I have it at noon the day before, then we should be okay.
Now, since he just passed, it will already be in the Tulsa paper, won't it? In the obituaries, didn't it automatically go?
It does not, we actually
Oh.
put that in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the quicker I want it to be in there,
Right.
depends on, the
Since-
quicker you need to know.
For Tulsa, since you're just wanting to do a death notice, I can put all that in there since we know the service and everything like that. I can do that today.
That would
So,
be great.
yeah, it could
Okay.
be in tomorrow's
And there's no
paper.
price on that.
I will check and see.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll do a quote
Okay.
and see how much they charge, and I will call you before I tell them yes or no.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Yeah, because I know for sure Coweta will be because of the picture, but I wasn't sure on the Tulsa paper if they charge or if that's just a complimentary
Right,
thing that
right.
the paper does.
Every
Okay.
newspaper is different, really. It just kind of depends on where you're at. So, but
Okay.
yeah, I will definitely find out and let you know as soon as I hear from them.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, everything sounds good. I appreciate you explaining everything to me and
Of course.
I'll make a list if there's things that I've forgotten. And for you also, if there's things that I forgot to tell you, make me a list.
Yep, if anything comes up,
And
I
I'll
will
get with
definitely
you.
get in touch with you.
Okay. It was
Okay.
nice to meet
Well,
you.
thank you. I'm
Appreciate
so sorry
all
for
your
your
help.
loss. Of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Uh huh.